we improved throughout the last sessions. So 365 used to be a weight that we used to only be able to hit for 2 reps. We hit this weight for 4 today. So that's some huge progression, I should say. What really led us to having slow progression on barbell squats was me not progressive overloading throughout the weeks. So I will progressive overload on every other exercise except for barbell squats. I used to just do 315, throw around 315 every single session, and I never used to go heavier than 315, which holded me back, right? So when I started doing that, like maybe 2 months ago, I'm pretty sure, once I started adding actual weight, I think it was either 2 months ago. I think it was 2 months ago. Once I started adding actual weight to, my 315, because I was repping 315 for 10 reps. So honestly, I could have been progressive overloaded and just decided not to. During that time, I was hitting 315 for 2 reps. I hit 405 for 1 rep. So my barbell squat right now probably around like 450, 440, around there, something like that. Like my rep max should be around there somewhere. These leg extensions felt so perfect. When I did the first set had my legs so fatigued. That set was just so fun. I loved it so much. The burning sensations I had in my legs when I was pushing the heavy load, everything about the first set was perfect. The second set was good also, but that first set is where I felt it the most in my quads. What I always like to do is with any type of movement I do, I like to go slow and controlled with good form. Sometimes if I'm, throwing around some lightweight, I would, have a fast motion with the movement. But most of the time, if I'm doing heavy loads, I like to go slow and controlled. I like to slow the eccentric and really pause at the bottom sometimes. Like when y'all see me with leg press. Leg press is one of those movements that I like to go, slow the eccentric, and I like to really go very slow and controlled and with that perfect form with depth. The leg press is one of the movements that I love. I feel like leg press and barbell squats are like my 2 favorite movements to do on leg days. Leg extensions, yeah, they're good, but those are honestly my top 2 favorite. I never done hack squat, but they're adding a hack squat in this gym very soon. So very soon we're gonna be implementing hack squat right after leg extensions into our routine. So me personally, I don't really care about fatigue. I don't really care about volume. I'm just here to train and get a good lift and just make sure I'm as fatigued as possible. There will be times when I'm lifting some heavy weight and y'all sometimes see me with a straight face and I'm trying to press some weight and I get to my last rep and it will look like I could have done 1 more rep, but genuinely I couldn't have. It's just the way my body language is and my facial expressions that make it look like that I could have done 1 more rep, because when I do certain exercises, it just looks easy. It looks like I'm showing no effort, but in my body, when I'm in that lift, when I'm actually doing it, I'm putting that effort in. I'm feeling that pain. I know I couldn't have done 1 more rep. So there will just be certain times, the reason I mention this is because there will be certain times where I will look back at the footage and be like, dang, that exercise I did was so smooth. It looked like if I wanted to do 1 more rep, I literally could have. But when I was in that situation, I literally couldn't have, because I trained beyond failure. I even tried to do partials at the end, still could not lift the weight. It's just the way how, my body language is and my facial expressions. Certain movements I do, I just genuinely don't end up making facial expressions. And that's because when I do facial expressions with any movement, it's like it comes naturally. I don't force any facial expressions. The only time you will ever see me make a facial expression is genuinely when I'm at that very last rep and, it's going to come naturally. Anyways, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow and we're going to be back for another lift. I love how intense these leg days are, but they're very short content. They're short videos. So I'm going to see y'all tomorrow and we're going to be doing some cardio.